Dear friends, colleagues, conference organizers, my name is Siv Ellen Kraft. I am a professor of religious studies at UiT, the Arctic University of Norway in Tromsø, northern Norway, Sápmi on the Norwegian side. I moved here in 2000 after completing my doctoral degree at the University of Bergen. Since then, I have worked mainly with contemporary matters and increasingly with indigenous religions, Sami religion in afterlife modes and indigenous formats. Sami shamanism is one example of such modes. Sami spirituality is another. Indigenous Christian theology is a third. There may be others and other ways to conceptualize them. I have found afterlives helpful as a concept to think with for formations that are neither new nor simply traditional, that return and reconfigure in overlapping ways as heritage, religion, and combinations of the two, and whose foundations are material and ecological. Concrete remains, continued entanglements of particular ecologies, continued aliveness of ancestral landscapes. Nature is integral to lifeways and faithways in this context. These same foundations are challenged at the moment. Climate change is already affecting weather conditions and seasonal changes, particularly for the northernmost part of Sápmi. Adaptive measures are further challenged by a sharp rise in renewable energy projects related to the Norwegian state's plan for a green transition. Critics call it greenwashing and green colonialism, all but green, as it entails the destroying and fragmenting of intact and productive ecosystems, to quote a Sami Parliament report from 2023. The so-called Fosen case has added to tensions. A Norwegian Supreme Court ruling from 2021 determined that the construction of 2 windmill plants in Fosen is illegal, as the overall impact of developments violate the rights of the reindeer herding Sami to exercise their culture. As of the moment in October 2023, the case remains unsettled. The wind plants are still running. This then is an era of conflicts, contestations, dilemmas, paradoxes, shades of green. They are played out in courts, politics, news media, research, and through protests and activism, mostly in secular terms, but increasingly over the past decade in the register of sacred claims. My lecture will focus on this increasing presence. I will refer to a politicization of afterlife religions, particularly for shaman milieus. I will exemplify the return of sacred geographies, sacred mountains in particular, and I will talk about the religio-secular unsettledness of ultimate concerns in public settings. What follows is a work in progress in empirical, conceptual, and theoretical terms. My sources of inspiration are also varied and unsettled. They include the project INREL, Indigenous Religions, Local Grounds, Global Networks, as basic to my take on indigeneity. INREL gathered an international group of scholars between 2015 and 2021 for a collaborative attempt to rethink indigenous religion in an increasingly connected world. One in which many indigenous peoples are actually connected, not merely in the minds of scholars. Second is material and ecological approaches, particularly as developed by the archaeologists Bjarne Olsen and Thora Petursdottir. Material legacies, heritage, ecologies, drift matter, afterlife, unruliness. Third is recent explorations of the greening of religion as developed by Brand Taylor and others internationally, and by David Turfjell and others in the Nordic context, all of which we will no doubt hear more about at the upcoming EASR. Then I look forward to Göteborg 2024. Thank you for your attention.